Welcome, Wildcat fans. I'm Cindy McCarthy, and alongside me tonight is Tanner Carlson, and we are broadcasting live from Springville, where the Wildcats are taking on the Springville Orioles. Before we talk about tonight's game, we want to recognize our sponsor for Wildcat Sports, Next Bank.
Yeah, Next Bank has been our sole sponsor here for all the years that we've done broadcasting. We thank them for that. So each person and family has unique financial needs. That's why we offer a variety of personal banking and lending products. We offer everything you need for your personal financial success, from checking and savings accounts to loans and online services. Next Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
All right, so we got Central City coming in here tonight at Springville, and it should be a pretty competitive game. If you notice the records coming in, Central City 6-11 and Springville 7-9.
Yeah,
so
they had a pretty good showdown earlier on in the year, from what I've heard too. So I was not at that contest, but I heard it was a really good match earlier on. So
yeah, it looks like we played them at the Midland tournament. We lost
0-2, but both sets were really close.
Right. So if you want to go ahead and let's talk about the leaders for the Wildcats in some of the categories here.
Yeah, statistically for the Wildcats, we have if we look at our assist rate, Emma Fritcher is currently our leading assist player with 123. She has 3.32 assists per set. She also has 75 digs on the season and 20 blocks as well. Our next leading assister is Leah Weber with 90. She's got 2.43 assists per set average. We also have Lily Kramer in third there with 12 and 0.32 assists per set. If we look at more of our offensive attack, kills on the season, we have Lacey Hennick with 63. She is followed closely by Emma Fritcher, who has 60 kills on the year, and then Sarah Reed has 41. Elise Skelton has 36. Eva Owens 29, and Leah Weber has 15. So our serve efficiencies on the year, if you look at some of our higher numbers on that, we have Emma Fritcher at about 0.84. We have Sarah Reed at 0.82. We have Leah Weber. Sorry, I missed her. She's at 0.95 roughly. So
that's
really
awesome.
Good. Yeah, really good serve efficiency there for Leah Weber. So.
And if you remember, was it last week or 2 weeks ago, we were talking about serves and how important they are, and I just noticed the stats, and it looks like some of our kids' serves percentages have gone
way up. Like,
so that's probably a key to some of the victories that they've had. Just a quick look at Springville. Like I mentioned, they're coming into tonight's contest with a 7-9 record, and as far as blocking goes, it looks like Lily Clark, a freshman's leading them in blocks, then they're, as far as hits and serving, let's see, Lauren Wilson has 77 kills and Morgan Nahazel has 64, so they're leading the kills for Springville. And then as far as serving goes, they've got two pretty good servers here. Morgan Nahazel is serving 91%. She's 125 out of 137. Wow. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's very good.
And then looks like Savannah Nealman is at almost 95% with 109 out of 115. So hopefully we won't get stuck in their rotations, and they've got a couple other ones. So anyway, we'll see what happens. Serving is such a big part, but we saw Emma Fritcher against was that Prince of Peace, and she got going there, and
like 13 straight or something like that.
It was amazing. So anyway.
Yeah, Wildcats, at that time, they kind of came off they were on a 3-game win streak there with Midland, Prince of Peace, and Marquette. Had a tournament up here this weekend. Had a tough pool. We played Belle Plaine, North Cedar, Cascade. That's 3 tough teams. Then we fell to Cedar Valley Christian. I had talked to a couple kids, so they wanted to get that one back.
Yeah.
But the 3 games in our pool were pretty tough. So.
Well, you know, we played North Cedar, and so did Springville, and they got beat by them. And Cascade, we got 1 win out of Cascade, whereas Springville didn't get any wins. And so we were both in that same tournament, I believe, this weekend.
Yeah,
and,
it was over here.
Yeah. Oh, yep. Yeah. I saw that. But you know, sometimes playing on Saturdays it's a whole different animal, you know, and it really pulls on the kids' mental toughness probably more than anything, just because it's out of the routine. You're not, you know, in your school going to a game and stuff like that. So anyway,
Yeah, we've got about a minute 54 left
Yep.
here in warm-ups before we will get rolling. It's a pretty good crowd over here tonight from both sides. You can see a lot of Central City fans here. Good crowd for the Orioles as well. Hopefully some of you are listening in at home to us, and you can give us a shout out on the website if you are. So
yeah, we're doing something new again. For those of you that are, if you've joined us before, you know we're doing this through a YouTube channel, and I feel like hopefully we've got things figured out. You and I have broadcast more this year than I think we did in the whole other times that we've been doing it. So
yeah.
I think we're going to be probably taking over that A-team spot.
I'm pretty sure we already have. So.
Yeah. So anyway.
We're at least the A-team for volleyball.
Well, for sure, for sure.
We're
No
the only
kidding.
team for volleyball so far. So.
Yeah, it's a great crowd, and I think we mentioned it last time. The Wildcats have new uniforms this year, and they're got red shirts with some black and white sleeves and the black tights, and the Springville's pretty much all black uniforms with a little bit of red on them. So we got about 42 seconds here. Springville's finishing up with their serves, and then we will get the starting lineups and probably a national anthem. So
yeah, good turnout of Central City students over here too. We got a nice little student section, so that's always good to see kids coming over and supporting. I see quite a few different groups of kids here. We got good crowd.
Like you said, it is a pretty good crowd here, and the volleyball team, you know, kind of got off to a kind of up and down start, but you know, like we said, they beat.
They had won 4 or 5 before this Saturday.
Yeah, so they were on kind of on a good streak there, and then you know hit this tournament. So hopefully we can get things going again. And like you said, I think it should be a pretty competitive match tonight.
Absolutely.
So kind of looking forward to. So we're going to go ahead here, and it looks like Scott Hansen, CC alum, is officiating.
Yeah.
I hope he does a good job.
Yeah, we better not call him out over here in case he listens tonight. So Scott was AD at Central City for a while, and
he was taught math and coached basketball. I coached with him for my first year at Central City. He was the head coach, and I was the assistant.
Yep. Still substitute teaches over there and over here, so he knows both of these teams pretty well. Scott always does a good job officiating. We have him for a lot of stuff too. So.
Yeah.
Officials don't get enough credit, so. Before you talk them all down, Karth, I'll give them a little shout out.
Before the game, we'll give them some good stuff.
See how things go. But.
All right, so we're getting ready for the starting lineups.
Please stay positive and enjoy the game. Tonight's officials are Scott Hansen.
Giving the officials a little love right now, introducing them.
And now, the starting lineup for the Wildcats. Number 5, Natalie Newman.
So Natalie Noonan will be the first starter here for the Wildcats.
Morgan Nahazel.
Number 30, Morgan Nahazel for the Orioles.
Number 17, Emma Pritchard.
Next starter for the Wildcats is Emma Pritchard.
Number 17, Molly Stamp.
Holly Stamp is the next starter for the Orioles.
Number 20, Elise Skelton.
Elise Skelton is the next starter for the Wildcats.
Number 28, Lauren Wilson.
Number 28, Lauren Wilson is the starter for the Orioles.
Number 22, Lacey Hennick.
Lacey Hennick is the next starter for the Wildcats tonight.
Number 4, Savannah Nealman.
Savannah Nealman, number 4 for the Orioles, is starting.
Number 7, Leah Weber.
Leah Weber, number 7 for Central City.
For the Orioles,
And number 44, I didn't quite catch her name on that.
Lily Clark.
Lily Clark. And then Sarah Reed is starting for the Wildcats. Number 25.
Nia Howard is the
Nia
last
Howard,
one.
last one for the Orioles.
Number 1, Lily Kramer.
And then number 1 is our libero, Lily Kramer.
For the Orioles, number 47, Grace.
And Grace Maddox is the next starter for the Orioles.
The
and
libero.
The libero.
Yep.
By Ashley Squires.
So we are getting ready to have the national anthem here. So.
Jill Howard, Tiffany Bowman, and Andrea Bowen. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your caps for the singing of the national anthem by members of the Springville High School Choir.
nice national anthem there.
Absolutely.
And we're going to go ahead here and get ready to start. I tried to look and see if it said anything about doing a pregame.
I have us loaded up, and I think we're good to go. So, yeah, they're shaking hands here before the game gets rolling. And both teams seem a little fired up for this one. So, here we go.
Yeah, it's quick.
She'll do the first, I'll do the second, and we'll kind of just alternate. So,
all right, so looks like the Wildcats are going to serve first. We're good. So Wildcats are going to serve first. We got Natalie Noonan. And Natalie gets it over, and it's a set by Springville, and there's a kill attempt. And Weber gets it to, and there's a quick hit out of the middle for Springville. Leah to Lacey Hennick at the kill, but it's picked up and a tip over by Springville. And there's a dig up there, set, and there's Lauren Wilson with the kill for the Orioles. So that's going to be a side out.
yeah, big hit there by Lauren Wilson.
So that's going to bring up Nahazel. She's one of those servers who I said had a high percentage, so hopefully we can get her. And we sure enough, Emma Fritcher with the kill, hits off and Nahazel goes out of bounds, so it's going to be 1-1. That was a nice hit by
Emma. And you said that right, too.
Emma.
The girls reminded me that is a kill,
not
a
a spike.
So they made me aware of that.
Yeah, I heard you practicing that stuff. So Fritcher's going to go back and serve, and she has a nice serve, and it's passed up, and there's Springville with a little tip over, and it goes in the net, so that's going to be a point for the Wildcats.
2-1 Wildcats.
Yep, Emma Fritcher again with the serve. Nice serve dug up there, and it's going outside. There's a block by Leah Weber, kept alive. Leah Weber tips it over, and there's another. Wilson hits it from the right-hand side, but it goes out of bounds, so Wildcats got a little thing going here. That was a nice block. It was Leah Weber, and I think, was that Lacey over there helping her, or
yep.
was that, yeah.
It was Lacey's.
But, all right, there's the serve. There's the set outside. Springville tips it over, and there's a set by Weber. She hits it to Hennick. Hennick finds a
good spot there.
Good spot, but it is dug up there by Springville. They down ball it over. Fritcher with the quick set to Elise Skelton, played by the Wildcats, or by the Orioles.
It's going to be 4-1 Cats.
Yeah. Wilson hits it out, so 4-1. Hopefully Emma Fritcher can keep things going here. Fritcher gets it to Mattis. It's set outside, and there's a block by Weber and Skelton, but it's kept alive.
That's out of bounds
again. And then
again.
it's pushed over, and it goes out of bounds. So Wildcats are up 5-1. Fritcher's got things going here, and she's one of the ones that we were really surprised that she had kind of a low serve percentage, but she's really gotten things going here.
Around, yeah.
And just like that, I
You
jinxed her.
That's
Dang it.
Jinx.
I should have never said
It's
anything.
completely on you.
I'll take that one. Hopefully we can get it right back.
Still
so
5-2 Central City.
Yep, Emma Fritcher hits it in the net. And so Springville is going to serve. Looks like Molly Stamp gets it over. Lily Kramer, they free ball it over. Howard with the set. Tipped over. We got Noonan. Gets it to Leah Weber with the set, and it's over. And then there's Leah Weber again. Nahazel sets it out to Wilson. Wilson tips it over. There's Kramer. Tight to the net, and they're going to call Springville in the net.
I think it was Emma.
Nope.
No.
They called, it looked like, I thought, Lily
Oh.
Clark, 44, he said.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That works for me. I thought they were calling that one on Emma Fritcher.
Yeah,
but
it was
we'll
tight.
take that.
It was tight.
They
it
were
was
both there.
Right there. So Wildcats get a side out at 6-2, and Lily Kramer goes back, and there's a shank by Morgan Nahazel, goes out of bounds. So there's a point for the Wildcats. Hopefully the Wildcats can keep this going.
Yeah, the Wildcats look good right now. The shank, she calls it on.
Well, it looked like a shank to me. There's another set or hit. Oh, tipped over there by Clark. Freshman, she's 5'11", she's pretty big. And the Wildcats can't respond to that, so it's going to be 7-2, side out. Springville's making a sub right now. Lauren Wilson's going out. And looks like Penny Blackmore's coming in, so Blackmore's going to be serving it. And there's Kramer, gets it up. Sarah Reed. Oh, and everybody was kind of watching here, watching what Sarah was going to do. So there's going to be a point for the Orioles. It'll be 7-4.
Coach not happy on that one.
Nah, you just hate it when you let the ball drop like that. Blackmore gets it over there. Hennick set by Fritcher. Hennick pops it over. Blackmore bumps it up, and there's a hit. And then another hit back by Hennick. Saved by, nice effort by Grace Mattis, but it goes out of bounds, and so it's going to be a side out. And we've got Eva Owens subbing in for Natalie Noonan, and Lacey Hennick's going to go back to serve for the Wildcats, who are up 8-4.
Jump serve by Hennick.
Nice serve. Nahazo gets it up to Blackmore. There's a hit, and it's in. As a nice hit by Kennedy Breitfelder, a freshman. Just kind of taking a quick look. Springville's got some young kids out there. They've got at least 3 or 4 freshmen out on the floor right now. So
that's a lot.
Yeah.
Wilson's a sophomore as well. I remember she was a freshman last year in basketball. Good player.
So there's a serve for Springville, and Sarah Reed just bumps it over there. And there's Emma Fritcher pops it up. Nice hustle by Leah Weber, but she's not able to get that second ball, so it's 8-5 Orioles. Serving is Savannah Nealman, a sophomore. 8-6, I'm sorry, it's 8-6. So Wildcats need a side out. There's Kramer, gets it up to Fritcher, who sets it to Reed. Reed hits it over, saved by the Orioles. There comes a hit back by the Orioles. It's out.
Out of bounds point, Wildcats.
Nice, that was nice.
9-6 now, Central City, with Leah Weber stepping up to serve.
So the Wildcats will rotate here. Leah Weber serving in the back here. And it's Mattis, gets it up to Blackmore. Blackmore, poor set into the net. And the Wildcats get a point on that.
10-6 Cats. So Central City kind of had a little bad streak there, but they fought out of it, and they're battling back. So even the
we talked a lot about passing, and the Wildcats have had some pretty decent passes and have been able to get some good hits. So that's what you want to see. There's Mattis with a bad pass, and it goes right up over. And is that
Sarah Reed with the kill?
Oh, is that Sarah Reed right there in the middle?
That was with the kill. Garth.
She killed that ball.
Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to say. So when the girls listen, they
want to do a sponsor
we'll do a shout
out
here. So I got excited. I used the right terminology. So Next Bank combines the values of a locally owned, independent Eastern Iowa community bank with expanded services and the latest technology to meet our customers' fast-moving lifestyle. Bank on your success with Next Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. So thank you to Next Bank for being our sponsor on our YouTube
Wildcat
channel.
Sports channel.
Yeah, Wildcat Sports channel that we're in our first year of here, and it's been a lot of fun. I know a lot of people have been excited about being able to listen back to it. They may not be able to always listen live, but they can listen back to it later on. That's kind of a cool addition for this that I've heard multiple parents. Sheila Ty said that today about the football. She listens back to it.
So. So Leah Weber's going to pick up serving here. Mattis receives the serve. Blackmore, and there's Nahazo, and there's a block with Lacey Hennick.
Yeah. That was Emma Fritcher.
Emma Fritcher. Emma Fritcher with the block. Nice.
Big block there. That ball was hit hard.
Yeah. So that makes it 12-6 Wildcats. And Leah Weber to Mattis again. Blackmore back sets to the freshman there. Nice up ball by Kramer. And there's a hit by Eva Owens. And it hits the line judge, and the line judge says that's out.
Yeah, what's the ruling on that? The ball landed in play.
They hit the line judge choice.
I think that's in play. It bounced in play.
Yeah, really,
in
no
basketball.
kidding. So there's a side out for Springville. Mattis is going to go back and serve. There's Kramer with the pass up. Weber sets up. Emma Fritcher. Emma Fritcher hits it in the net.
She wants that one back, you can tell.
So that's 8-12 now.
Favor of Wildcats still.
Wildcats up. Mattis back to serve again. And there's the serve by Mattis, and there's, I didn't see Briley Brooks checked in. Oh, and there's a hit. Yeah.
I don't think
that was Sarah Reed. Didn't really hit the ball very hard, but just
it
enough
soared, though.
that,
It was going to go.
Yeah.
And they hit
Nahazel put her hands up, and it was over her head and tipped her hands, and it went out of bounds. So we'll take that side out Wildcats. Sarah Reed's going to be back to serve, and there's a nice one. Bumped up. Blackmore gets it outside to Nahazel, who just tips it over. Fritcher sets it outside to Owens, blocked. Elise Skelton keeps it alive. There's another set, another block.
Oh, wild play there.
Good play at the net by the Orioles. Couple blocks there, and so there's going to be a side out. Lauren Wilson's checking in.
So that's still that brings the score to a score of 9 for the Orioles and 13 for your Central City Wildcats.
Howard checks in, and she's going to serve for the Orioles. She's one of the freshmen out there. And she's got to serve to Briley Brooks. Kramer bumps it up, and it's going to be a free ball over by Leah Weber. And there's Howard, sets it outside to Nahazel, who tips it in the front spot right where nobody was.
Yeah,
so
that was
there's a point. Yep. Good placement there. That's kind of, we talked about that back corner that gets left open. Now this is the other, that far corner in the front. It's hard to cover. Howard, miscommunication between
Kramer
and Brooks. So there's another point for Orioles. It's 13-11. Wildcats are up here. We need to get a pass and get out of this rotation here so we can get a few more points. Howard with the serve. Kramer up to Weber. Quick hit to
nice.
Fritcher. Fritcher tips it over the blocker in the front row, and it lands. So side out Wildcats. Hennick's checking back in for Briley Brooks, and Eva Owens is going to go back to serve.
Yeah, that was a good spot there.
That
Fritcher
was.
just kind of tipped it right over. So Eva Owens with the serve.
And there's a pass up to Howard, who sets it outside to Wilson. Wilson tips it over. We've got Leah Weber with the set and Hennick with the hit. And Springville keeps it going. There's a hit by Nahazel, and it goes off of Eva Owens' arm. So that's going to be a point for the Orioles. So it's 14-12. Orioles are going to be serving. Wildcats are up.
Yep, 12-14 here.
Yep, Morgan Nahazel back to serve. She's a sophomore. There's the serve. And there's Natalie Noonan, gets it up to Weber. Weber sets it to Fritcher. Fritcher hammers the ball over. It is saved there by the Orioles. And then Wilson gets a little dinky hit, goes along the net and tips over.
Yeah, that one,
Yeah,
she hit it right into the net, but it kind of bounced.
The net's a little loose, don't you think?
Yeah, they should have set that one. They probably staged that one. No, I'm kidding.
Noonan gets it up to Hennick, who finds the spot right over the blockers, and the Wildcats are going to get the ball back.
And we got Emma Fritcher coming up here to serve, so that's been a good thing here for us. So 15-12 Cats. Playing well. Made some mental errors, but man, we're still, this is a competitive game.
For sure. There's Emma Fritcher to Mattis. Mattis gets it up to Howard. Howard, nice hit, but it's a block by Elise Skelton. Howard tips it over.
Nice play by Lily Kramer.
Lily Kramer keeps it going, and there's Lacey Hennick with the hit.
Oh,
nice hustle by Grace Mattis. They free ball it over. Leah Weber sets it out to Hennick, and Hennick's like, hey, we'll take that right back, and we'll hit it.
Hennick shows the power on that one.
Yeah, hits it into the block, and it goes down, and the Wildcats get the point, 16-13. And Fritcher's back to serve again for the Wildcats. And there's a nice serve up to Howard. Howard back sets it, and there's a hit out.
Out of bounds.
Yes. I think that was Kennedy Breitfelder who hit that out for the, or is that Molly Stamp? One of the two hit it out. So
regardless, 17-13 Cats.
And there's Fritcher. Nice serve. We'll take that.
That's an ace right there. The girls will celebrate. That's a 5-point lead for the Cats. You got to finish this one out here.
18-13. Here we go. We're right where we want them now. We just got to finish it.
So here we go. Emma Fritcher getting ready to start the serve for the Wildcats, her jump serve.
And Grace Mattis bumps it right over to Lacey Hinnick, who hits
hit.
it. Back up here, and there comes the set, and it goes over. They just pass it over, and Lacey's gonna, or Elise Skelton takes a swing at it, and she gets enough. Oh, they're gonna carry her.
Call her in the net.
Yeah, no, remember how she like dipped her hand over the net. You can't like break the net, the plane. So there's an unfortunate break for the Wildcats, so it's going to be a side out, so it's going to be 18-14. We need to get this right back. Noonan gets the pass up to Fritcher. Fritcher back sets to Lee Skelton. Lee Skelton hits it over, and Springville gets it and hits it off the block, and it goes out of bounds. It was a touch.
Yeah, Wildcats touched that one.
I think it was Elise or Emma Fritcher. I couldn't tell. We're kind of over here in the corner.
Yeah, it's hard to see from our angle there, but it's the only spot that had an outlet.
Yeah, it's the only place that had an outlet. So Wildcats, nice hit by Lacey Hennick, and it's attempted on block there, and it falls right in front of the Orioles. So just like that, the Wildcats get it back.
Anything it seems like the Orioles throw at us, we're firing right back. We're keeping 3-4 point lead every set here. So Wildcats are playing well. We're battling right now.
We sure are. And here
Coach
comes
is fired up, too.
Yeah, Lily Kramer. We got 19-15, and there's an ace serve. Goes right off of
nice job, Lily.
Nahazel's hands. Another shank.
Yeah, there's a shank. Hard to call it.
20-15 right now. And it is a timeout, Springville. I think this is their second timeout, so maybe we can talk about Next Bank.
Absolutely. Next Bank is a financially strong community bank. Invested partnerships help their customers achieve what's next for their financial dreams. Next Bank has 5 locations to serve you: Central City, Cedar Rapids, Marion, Coralville, and Waterloo. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. And you know, this has been a battle right now.
I know,
and
this is exciting.
The Wildcats look, if you just kind of look at body language, the Wildcats look confident.
Very confident,
yeah. They do. They're having some fun. They're
pumped
confident.
Up, yeah.
There's a little stress on the other side. You can just tell the body language in a game sometimes. Right now, like Lily Kramer, she was smiling ear to ear there. Natalie Noonan in the huddle, but here's the deal. You still got to finish this game.
Yeah, you got to,
It's 15-20, but this thing is not over. So you got to
that's
finish
for sure.
this.
All right, so we're back out of the timeout. Lily Kramer's going to keep the serve here going for the Wildcats.
Just
served it
deep.
deep. Not what we wanted.
No.
All right, so it's going to be side out, and it looks like we got Blackmore subbing in here for Wilson. And Breitenfelder subbed in for Howard. So there's Blackmore with the serve for the Orioles. Hennick passes it up to Fritcher. Fritcher sets up Sarah Reed, who gets it over. Popped right back.
Good save
nice
by Leah Weber.
Save by Leah Weber. And Fritcher in the set. And there's Hennick with the block. The Springville, and then we set it. Yes! Hennick hit it, blocked right back over by Springville. Then we hit it right back over, and we were able to get it to drop. So
they get
nice
the point to their own
play
team
right there at the net.
Should be 21-15.
Yeah, should be 21. Hopefully they catch that. We're not the ones that have to go down and tell them. Yeah, there we go.
It should be 21-15.
No, I think they got 16 because of Lily's ball that went out.
Right. Yep,
so
right.
21, dang it. 21-16, and then Lacey Hennick serves it into the net. Just what we didn't need. But hopefully the Wildcats, like you said, they've answered everything that Springville's thrown at us.
Gotta do it a few more times here.
Yep, 21-17. We got Springville serving here. There's Briley Brooks, pops it up. Fritcher bumps it, and it's bumped over. And then it's going to be Blackmore gets it over here, and then Fritcher passes it back. The Orioles set it up, and it's going to be, there we go, hitting error by
Coach was quick like a cat on that one. He was jumping out of the way.
For sure. So there's a hitting error on Breitenfelder. So the Wildcats do work out of that unfortunate situation of the serve, and now we got Leah Weber. And there's a quick, nice play by Sarah Reed.
Play,
yeah, she kept that ball alive. There's a down ball by Nahazel, and there's Eva Owens, and there's just going to be a free ball back over to Springville. Blackmore with the set to the freshman in the front, Lily Clark, and she's able to get it down in front of Sarah Reed. So it's going to be a point for Springville. So it's going to be 22-18, and Grace Mattis is going to step in here and serve for the Orioles. So we can hopefully get a side out right here. Brooks passes it up to Fritcher. It's not a very good pass, but Fritcher keeps it going, and we free ball it over. Blackmore back sets, and there's going to be an up ball by, oh, nice
spot.
hit by Emma Owens.
Yeah, that was a hard hit there.
She hit it right through those blockers.
23-18, Central City. This is big right here. So we got Sarah Reed coming up to serve. We'll see if she can put two together
Two
here.
together. That's what we need.
That's all we need.
Two free throws right here, Sarah.
2 free throws.
There we go.
Now
There's
you're talking her language.
Nahazel. Gets it to Blackmore. Back to Nahazel.
Oh,
yeah!
big-time
Emma
play
Fritcher.
by Emma Fritcher.
Nahazel was going to tip it over, and Fritcher was right there and put it right back in her face.
Now that was
That was
awesome.
sweet.
Yeah, that was sweet, Carter.
All right, 24-18. Side out. Let's go, Wildcats.
Carter's getting all
Oh,
worked up.
there's
Oh, I
a
don't know
bad
what that
pass,
was.
but
Hey, there we
Nahazel into the
go.
net. Woo!
Central City with the victory
yes.
in Game 1.
Game 1 goes to the Wildcats, 25-18. Nice game by the Wildcats, boy.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. Central City just kind of was in complete control there every time Springville decided to do really anything. They got on a couple points. Central City fired right back. So pretty dominant performance there on that one. So if we have a little break, we don't get many of them, so I'll do one more shout out here to Next Bank for our sponsorship. So from your first checking account to your first car, first mortgage to retirement, all the money matters in between. Next Bank, people relate because they're your people. They're in your community, sitting beside you at your kid's game, working local fundraiser, and shooting the breeze with you at the grocery store. Start building the banking relationship of a lifetime with Next Bank. Conveniently located in Central City, Waterloo, Cedar Rapids, Marion, Coralville, member FDIC, equal housing lender. So
I love their body language. You made that comment. I mean, they look confident.
they're having
fun.
fun.
They're having fun, and we answered everything. We had a couple serves in the net. We didn't let that get us down. We were able to come back right away, and
I don't know if you were announcing the game with me here last year in the postseason. Was that me? And
no, it was.
Oh, I worked
Gretchen.
with yeah. Our girls should have won that game.
Mm-hmm. I remember you talking about it.
I strongly believe we should have won that game. There was a few things that just didn't quite go our way, and our girls have had a little chip on their shoulder to get them since then. And you know what? They got one.
Well, and their win-loss record for over the before this weekend, they really have been playing with some confidence, and they did play some pretty tough.
They were 6 and 7 before the weekend.
Yeah, it's pretty tough competition. And then we talked about losing to that Cedar Valley and how they all wanted that back. I mean, that's what they were talking about. We can do it, and so I like that attitude that it's like we can go out and we can compete. So
yeah, absolutely.
So anyway, let's see if we can do game 2 here and steal this one.
Mr. Mack says to show a little more emotion, Karth. I don't think you're fired up enough.
Okay, I'll work on it.
That's what he said. So this one will be my play-by-play, so hopefully you're all ready for that. I'm going to give you the best volleyball lingo I can, Karth. So
volleyball is its own game.
Spike
I know.
in my day.
It's its own animal.
It is its own animal. It's different because you can't do it together.
And it's so fast.
It's the fastest to announce. So the Orioles will start off by hitting it. Lily Kramer digs it, which Aaliyah Weber passes, and then Elise Skelton free balls it over. And there's a big hit by the Orioles, which kind of puts Central City out of position, and the first point will go to Springville. So that big hit was done by, was that Lauren Wilson on that one? Yeah,
yep,
I thought that was. So number 7, Nia Howard is serving for the Orioles. Leah Weber passes to Eva Owens, who has a nice hit to the back row to Howard. Lauren Wilson's going to push it over.
Oh, they say that it was behind the
antenna.
The antenna.
Yep.
So there's a side out. We'll take that.
Yeah, I'll take that. It is 1-1 tie with Eva Owens up here. Serving. She does her little jump serve. Nice little serve. The Orioles will hit it to Lauren Wilson, who hits it over. Leah Weber passes to Lacey Hennick, who has a nice hit. And the Orioles just kind of hit it over.
Oh, dang it. There's that hit below the net, and it goes over the net.
It was one of those weird ones that hit kind of towards the bottom of the net, and it just rolled over.
Oh, well, we can't let that affect us.
Those are hard ones to play, too, because you're not anticipating that.
Exactly.
So that will bring up number 30, Nahazel. And Natalie Noonan hits it to the front to Elise Skelton, who kind of just bumps it over. Oh, good stop by Natalie Noonan after a hard hit there by Stamp. So Noonan made a nice play on the ball, but then the ball kind of landed in no man's land. That was a very hard hit ball. So it's 3-1 Orioles. Natalie Noonan with the dig, Leah Weber with the pass, Emma Fritcher with the kill. Oh, sorry, not the kill. It was a hit, but it landed out of bounds. So that brings the score to 4-1 in Game 2. Central City is losing this one, but we're up 1-0 on the night. I don't know what to call that one there. Kind of just a weird hit ball from the back row from Noonan, and Weber tried to make a play on it, and the ball kind of spun around on her hand. So that was kind of a tough break there for the Wildcats, but regardless, it's 5-1 Orioles now. So the Wildcats need to make sure they maintain that confidence that they had earlier on. You could see it in their body language. Natalie Noonan with the dig. Emma Fritcher kind of hits it over, and they're going to pass it to Lauren Wilson, who hits it to the Wildcats. Weber with the pass. And Fritcher hits it to the back row, and it's just a little deep. So not the start that Central City was looking for on this one. That's going to be a timeout called by coach. So, yeah, so it's 6-1 here. Not the start that the Wildcats were hoping for, and coach is going to try and call timeout here and get the girls back on track. So kind of a crazy run there for Springville, but that's the way the game is played sometimes. So Central City will try to bounce back. Karth, as you come back, we kind of went on a little lull there. So yeah, they number 30 here, Nahazel, the 5'6" sophomore, has kind of been on a little serving spree, and we've made a few just mental errors, I'd say, or just the ball was just kind of put in places that were tough to get it out of. So Nahazel with the serve, 6-1 Orioles. Hit over by Weber. And there's I don't know what happened in the back row. Looks like a little miscommunication.
Looks like, yeah. Lily and Natalie are talking about some things.
Yeah, I think Lily was kind of explaining to the younger athlete that maybe that one was hers, but then the next play there on the dig. Unfortunately,
that was a shank on the Wildcats.
That was a shank on the Wildcats, so not a good dig there. That makes it 8-1 Orioles. Body language has changed a little bit, so the Wildcats have to realize they just won a game here. You got to keep playing. So
yeah.
Hennick with the hit, and that puts the Orioles in a bad position, but they do get out of it. They get the ball over. Kramer
there we go.
To Weber, to Fritcher, finds a good spot, but here they are again, and I think that they're saying that one was touched.
Whoa.
So that brings it to 9-1.
I don't know about that. I didn't see anybody touching that. I thought it looked like it was out, but I didn't see any touch. But
so hit to Kramer.
Now's where we got to get our composure back here a little bit.
Yeah, coach already called one timeout.
Yep,
I don't know
now
if
he's
you
going to take another one.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing is you only get 2 timeouts in volleyball, but the thing is that in this situation we're down 10-1, and you came off that win. And that's the thing about volleyball, you know. It's like in basketball, the game's never over. You don't have that big chunk of a break. You know, you have timeouts. Whereas in volleyball, it's like, we won a game, you know, and then there's that 3-minute thing. And
it's quick.
And sometimes it takes that momentum, and it's like you have to remember, you won 1 game, you got to win 3, you know.
That first one, it doesn't mean anything if you can't win the rest.
You got to keep going. So hopefully we can get our composure back. Hey, you know, we saw the other night when we were doing that, Prince of Peace came back from we had a big lead, and so let's see if the Wildcats can't come back from this.
Weber to Fritcher to Skelton with a big hit. Oh, but another good play by the Orioles. They came to play this game. It's hit over by Wilson. Hennick goes for the hit, and that one, they're going to make another play on the ball. Good grief. They are, Central City has made 2 great hits in a row, and they didn't get anything to show for it. So Hennick again, Wilson. Now they got something to show for it.
There we go.
Needed right
That's
there.
what we need. We need that little spark. Now we got Emma Fritcher coming back to serve. Let's get some big serves right here, Emma. She can do it. We know she can.
13-0 run by herself the other night. Let's go on that again. Let's put us back ahead. So good serve. But then a good play by, shoot. So we had a nice little hit there by the Orioles, and it was just kind of tapped over and put us out of position. Our front row, I don't know if it was Elise or Emma, but they tried to kind of just keep it alive, and they did, but then it went out of bounds on the back side. So That's 11-2 Orioles. It's hit to Weber, Weber to Fritcher, Fritcher to Skelton, Skelton to score.
Yeah, there we go.
No. Oh, she went underneath. Okay.
Yep.
I was going to say that.
The Wildcats just need to get something going here and maintain something. So hopefully Lily can get us going.
Yep, Sarah Reed will check in for Elise Skelton here.
Yep.
Lily Kramer serving. She's wearing the black libero jersey here. And Lily Kramer with a nice serve. Yeah, right.
Yes,
over the back row.
ace serve.
Yeah.
There we go.
Ace.
Let's get things going
Few
for
easy
sure.
one here is what we need.
So we're in game 2. It's 11-4 Orioles. Wildcats won first game 25-18. So just an update on the score for the listeners.
Kind of we're in control of the whole first game. Orioles been in control of the whole second game here. Good hit there by number 4 for the Orioles. Sorry, I had my Central City roster up. I don't need that one.
We need
Sarah
to get
Reed
our
on the
passing under control again.
Yep. Lacey Hennick with the hit over, and then the ball is kept alive. Lauren Wilson will hit it back.
Let's go.
Fritcher to Weber, Weber to Weber to Hennick, who's blocked by Wilson. Wilson a little bit taller there than Hennick.
That's where, you know, the setters have got to kind of know who's blocking, and if they've got their tallest player blocking out here on that side, let's maybe try to get that back set, you know, and use our hitter back there. So hopefully the coach will see that and he'll talk to him about that.
So Hennick with the dig, Fritcher with the pass, and then Hennick with the spike. I think
Oh,
that
yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I thought it was hit either way at the front line, but they didn't call that, but they did call it in, so it doesn't matter.
They said it was in. So we need to claw our way back. We need to get about 4, 5, 6 serves right here, get ourselves back in this game.
Yep, Central City down 7 here. And Hennick is serving, and she does her jump serve, which is hit to the back. Springville.
Yeah, here we go.
Then is hit way kind of right at us over here by number 6.
It's that lefty freshman over there.
Oh, that was not Blackmore. That
I
was
think it's 21, yeah.
Breitfelder.
Yeah.
So hit by Breitfelder. Hennick with the serve. Blackmore hits it to,
we were right there.
yeah.
Sarah and
Hits it to
Eva.
Nealman, and Sarah and Eva both tried to block it. Just hit off their arm and went out of bounds. So those are tough.
Oh, we got 1 point back there, so.
6-13 in favor of the Orioles. Central City leads on the night 1-0. Number 4, Nealman on the serve. Kind of some miscommunication there by the Wildcats. Weber ends up hitting it over. And then good play there by Reed to block it.
Yeah, that's got to be a carry. Yeah, carry on that 44.
Lily Clark with the carry. Good play there by
Eva and Sarah.
Eva and Sarah both kind of battling. So 7-13 in favor of the Orioles. Wildcats look like they got a little momentum going here. Kind of got comfortable now, though, after the 9-1 start. Good play there by Weber.
Nice play by Leah.
Great dig by Leah, and it kind of actually ended up going over.
Yeah.
Leah's now going to set to Eva. Eva hits it deep, and the Orioles are just going to end up pushing it over. Weber to Fritcher. Big-time play here.
Yes.
And, that was a
nice
great hit. Great hit by Reed, but nothing to show for it. Dang
and
it.
Nahazel. Nahazel with the hit.
Yeah, and she found a good spot there,
right
too.
between our blockers.
So 7-14 Orioles after that play. It was a nice play there by Central City, but better play by Springville.
Nice little rally, yeah, both teams.
So number 47. Is that 47? They don't have a number 47 on the roster.
That's Grace Mattis.
Okay, Grace Mattis on the serve. Sarah Reed hits it. Met at the front row. And then, you're talking about the backside spot.
That's the second time she's done that to us. She finds that spot right on the front corner.
So you said Mattis is the one
Yeah,
that's up
Grace
serving
Mattis,
here?
yeah.
So Mattis is serving here.
I think she's got a different number on the.
And it kind of hits the net.
Dang,
and then
Springville,
puts
that's the third time that they've had that where it hits the net. It doesn't even look like it's going over, and then it goes over.
Yep, and that put Eva Owens in kind of a bad spot there. And
you can't even hardly play that.
Nope, it's tough. That's one of the toughest balls in volleyball. So she is still serving. Mattis, who will hit it to Brooks. Brooks hits it to Kramer. Kramer to Fritcher. Mattis to...
there's a block by Emma Fritcher, solo block.
Yeah, that was a solo block. Big time block for sure there by Fritcher. Brings Reed up to serve for the Wildcats. Wildcats got to get something going offensively,
Yep.
though. We're only serving 1 or 2 times.
I know. We got to
a
get something
possession here,
going.
So, yeah, we've got to get something going for sure. So, Reed will serve, and it's deep, and I think that one's
There
going
it
to drop.
is.
Yep.
There it is, Tanner.
There's one that we needed. So, good serve by Sarah. It wasn't like it was a hard hit
But it's
game.
deep, kind of took her off balance.
Yeah, so we are Max said we cut out there for a couple seconds, but it sounds like we're back to live. Sarah with the serve, another good serve, hit to Brooks. Brooks kind of puts it in a bad spot right over the net, and Springville kind of hits it right off of Elise Skelton. So only 1 point there for the Wildcats, which brings the score to Springville 17, Central City 9. Energy on Central City side, not as good as it was in game 1 here. We got to get that back. Got to get that energy and that confidence back here. This game's not over still. Briley hits it to Leah. Leah to Elise. Elise with a great hit. It is played there by Springville. Fritcher with a good dig. Fritcher.
She tried to do something, and just rather than getting it over, she tried to.
Well, I think she was kind of out of position from the dig. She kind of turned, and then it got hit back to her, and I don't think she was ready for it, to be honest with you. So she kind of had her backside turn and then tried to spin and hit, and into the net it went. So Brooks to Weber, Weber to Skelton. Skelton hits it over. Springville recovers, and then they kind of just botch it over. Weber to Fritcher. Fritcher with a hard hit, but it's blocked at the net. But then Springville goes to hit it, and they hit it right into the net. So that is a point there for Central City. A lot of game left to be played. We just have to go on a run here. So the score is 10-18 in favor of Springville in this game. Once again, a reminder, Central City is leading on the night, 1-0 in this best of 5. Natalie Noonan comes back in, and she will go right to serve. Good serve. Going to be returned. Good save there by Fritcher, and then Skelton kind of back hits it.
Yeah.
And that one's out. Yeah,
yes.
that's a good call by that back
That
line
was
judge.
out. It was not touched. Their coach wanted them to say that it was touched, but I don't think it was touched.
No, it wasn't touched. Not from our angle, at least.
Yeah.
Noonan. Oh.
Gosh. This is what we talked about. You got to get your serves in.
Our fans down at that end do not agree with that call. Fritcher, so the serve was kind of not where I think Fritcher thought it was coming. Then she got down and squatted and hit it, and
it's kind of died.
Yeah, it kind of died. So 22-11, Springville. Number 30, Morgan Nahazel is serving. She hits it to Natalie Noonan, who hits it back over, and then
there it is.
Good play there by Central City.
Maybe
Weber,
that'll be the spark we need.
Dig. Good hit by Skelton. Skelton to Nahazel.
There's a good swing.
Big hit there by Fritcher as well. Kramer hits it up in the air to Weber, and then Hennick finally hits it over. And good play by Lily Kramer. Good hustle there to keep the ball alive. Elise Skelton's just going to back hit it over. Springville's going to return it. They are going to hit it hard, but it's blocked by Skelton at the net. Lauren Wilson hits it to Lily Kramer. Kramer to Noonan. Noonan to Weber and over. This is a long one here, Karth.
Oh, yeah! Blocked by Elise.
Great block by Elise, but not a point for the Cats.
What Emma Fritcher says, take that, Orioles! We're going to end this rally.
Yeah. So that was a big hit.
Big hit
Fritcher.
by Emma Fritcher.
Usually when Karth gets that loud over top of my play-by-play, something good happens for the Cats. So that brings Fritcher up to serve, and she goes quick. She's just trying to keep this thing, this momentum rolling. So that's going to be hit to Noonan. Noonan to Fritcher. Fritcher to Skelton, who finds a good spot. It's going to be hit into the net.
Yeah, there we go.
Springville, sorry.
Howard sets it in the net.
I'm more focused on the Central City players here. I guess they got their own announcers over there,
that's
so they can listen to theirs, and I'll announce ours. I don't know all the Springville girls. So, but Fritcher here with the serve. She hits it over to, it's going to be hit back by, that's the freshman, right? Number 4 there?
Yeah.
Yep, good hit there. Weber, the nice hit. Wilson hits it back. It's tipped up in the air by, good play by Weber.
Come on. Get over.
And get over there.
Yes.
Oh, great save there by Weber. And
yes,
leads to a little error by
They had a
Springville.
miscommunication, and the set was a quick set, but the hitter went up for a big swing, and we'll take that.
Take the points.
Here we come.
Yeah, we're 14-20 now, still in favor of the Orioles, but the Wildcats are rolling a little bit. Fritcher with the jump serve. It's going to be hit back over to us. Noonan hits it up in the air. That's the third. Fritcher hits it over. And a little miscommunication again by the
Another
Orioles.
bad set.
Yeah.
Lauren Wilson wasn't ready and hit it into the net, so we got 2015 here. Here comes the Wildcats.
Central City's, like we said in the game one, we led the whole game there, but even when Springville would make a play, we fired back, and we're firing back on a run right now. So I'll let you do the next bank lines here. Let me take a quick drink of my water.
Yeah, you need that. What's next on your list of financial goals wherever you're going next? Next Bank has a loan that's right for you. Your next car, your next home, even your next adventure. All are within reach with the Next Bank loan. Convenient locations in Central City, Waterloo, Cedar Rapids, Marion, and Coralville. Next Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. So we really appreciate Next Bank. We have fun doing this. We're trying to kind of branch out on our own this year, but Next Bank came with us and said they still wanted to sponsor us because a lot of people like this. So
a lot of people like this. Oh, the
dang
first
it.
serve out of the timeout is not good for the Cats. It's just a little deep, but you know what? We're still on a roll. We can't let that get to us. So 21-15 in favor of the Orioles. Number 17, Stamp, will be serving for the Orioles. He hits it over. It's then returned pretty quickly. Oh, Lauren Wilson goes for the kill, and I'm not sure if that was Skelton or
I didn't see who that was.
Hennick or Skelton. They were both there. One of them had a great block, and it just kind of fell right back on the Springville side. So it's 16-21. Kramer serving. Good hit there by Lily Kramer. Kind of put Springville in an awkward position, but they had a good hit over themselves. Hits up from Weber to Hennick. Hennick hits it to the backside, and great dig there by, shoot. Looked like a really good dig there by Kramer, but it just kind of.
Has a big hit,
yeah.
and Lily wasn't able to deaden it. It just kind of kept going right off her arms and out of bounds. So
yeah, that was a pretty hard hit ball there by Nahazel. So
Wildcats are down 22-16. We gotta get a side out here right now, and then we gotta make a comeback.
It's hit to Kramer. Kramer to Fritcher, who goes under the net. Yep. I thought she was on that one.
That was
she does
close.
not agree, but I thought she might be on that one.
It's going to be game point now, I believe.
Nope, 23. 23-16. Hit to Fritcher. Fritcher to Hennick. Great hit there by Hennick.
Oh, yeah.
Springville returns, and that's a really good hit there by Nealman. So now it is game point. So the Wildcats are in some trouble in game 2 here. Long night left here, though, Karth, hopefully, for the Cats, or maybe 2.
Well, one game is one game if we can't make a comeback here.
Yep. So there's a hit by Sarah Reed.
Nice arm swing. There we go. Oh,
I thought that was on their side.
I thought ours was on our side,
apparently
too.
that's a point for
I guess that was on their side.
For the Orioles, so that'll do it for game 2. So we're tied at 1 here with Central City winning game 1.
25-18.
And then 25-16.
For Springville in game 2.
So pretty balanced night so far. I'm going to turn the game 3 over, the play-by-play, to Cindy. I tell you what, this volleyball, it's almost like a workout if we're talking here.
I know,
Maybe
man.
I'm just out of shape.
I had to go run out and get some water for us.
Yeah, it's like that when you're announcing the whole game. It's pretty tough. So, looking at game 3, we have a 1-1 tie.
What'd they say?
I don't know what he said.
I don't either.
Oh, so we're now at a point where we have a 1-1 tie on the night. So they're doing a 50-50 or some sort of drawing here. It's being announced, but we have 2 minutes left in between games. Central City needs to fire back here. We're now awkwardly getting our picture taken by Miss Delaney.
That better not go in the yearbook.
Yeah, front page. I hope they put that on the front page, actually.
Yeah, there you go. The A-team.
The
right
A-team.
here.
If we have our
Volleyball
A-team out.
A-team.
Yeah, so.
You know, we talked about they had good body language the first game. They were all fired up, made the big plays, had an answer for everything Springville threw at us. And then we had this little break, and we got over here, and it was 1-1. And then you just said how we talked about how a server can get into a, get going, and we just had a bad rotation, and the next thing it went from 1-1 to 6-1, and then we just were never able to recover. I think it got up to 10-1, didn't it? Something like that.
Yeah, it was I think it was 9-1. But yeah, at that point our body language wasn't great. We did get through that though. You could see later on in the game we kind of got our confidence back. But,
so we just can't.
You put yourself in a hole early.
Yeah, it's tough to work your way out, especially with volleyball now, where it's a score every time. Back in the olden days.
Oh gosh, here we go. I got to hear about all Cronin's olden days on Friday. Now I get to hear about all yours tonight.
The only way you could score was when you served, and so games would go a lot longer because if that would be the only way you get points. But it's changed now, so we got game 3 underway here. Wildcats started off with the serve, but there's a big hit by Lauren Wilson, so it's going to be a side out, and just like that, the Orioles got a point. And Morgan Nahazel's going to step back to serve for the Orioles. Morgan Noonan gets the pass up to Weber, who sets it back to Emma Fritcher, and she had a good swing at it but hit it in the net. So not the start we wanted to see, but hopefully we can battle out of this. So it's 2-0 Orioles. Nahazel with the serve again. There's Noonan. Fritcher pops it up, and Weber free balls it over. Mattis gets it to Howard, and there's the set. Nice bump up by Natalie Noonan. It goes straight over to the Orioles, and the Orioles hit it, and it goes out. So Wildcats are going to get it. Emma Fritcher's going to go back, and it's 2-1 Orioles. See if Fritcher can get something going here with her serve. Nahazel gets it up to Howard, sets it outside. Out tight there, and Wildcats are able to make a play on it. Back set, and there's Fritcher gets it to Weber, who gets it outside to Hennig. Played by the Orioles, set to Wilson on the outside, and Wilson's hit's going to be out. So it's going to be 2-2.
There we go.
There we go. Yep, now we're going here. So Emma Fritcher set to serve for the Wildcats. Here it comes. And Mattis gets it up to Howard. Howard's quick sets to Wilson, and Wilson did church league. That was church league volleyball, where the guys just go up and catch it and throw it where they want it.
That was her in basketball mode. Getting ready to dunk is what I thought.
But I don't think she can dunk. So Fritcher with the serve to Mattis, pops it up, set outside. There's a nice block by Leah Weber and Elise Skelton. They put it down right back in the middle, so we got things cooking here. 4-2 for the Wildcats. See if Fritcher can keep things going. Fritcher gets it over, popped up by Nahazel. Howard sets it, back set to the freshman. Nice play by Noonan, but they're going to say somebody from the Wildcats.
I don't know who it was.
I think Hennig. I think that Hennig was in the net. Those are the little killers. Hustle plays, that kind of stuff, but those are the things that kill you. So that's a side out. Orioles get a cheap point. There's the serve. Kramer gets it up to Fritcher, who sets outside to Weber. Weber hits it over. Then there's a tip back over by Nahazel, saved by Noonan and popped over by Skelton. And then there's Wilson, just kind of throws it over there, but they said that's legal, and she got it right on the line.
Yeah,
so
I thought she kind of threw that one too.
I know.
But Kramer came a long ways in a short period of time.
Yeah, just wasn't able to get to it. That
was some agility there.
4-4. We've got Molly Stamp serving for the Orioles. Stamp serves it to Noonan, pops it up to Fritcher. Fritcher back sets to Skelton. Skelton gets it over. Nahazel outside to Wilson. Wilson tips it. Weber gets it up. And they're going to, gosh, now what are they saying? Somebody was in the net? Well, there was so much so good for the refs. I didn't see anything, but there we go again. So Noonan passes it up, and there's Hennig with the hit, saved by the Orioles. They just get it right back over. Weber sets it outside to Hennig, and Hennig was that
She blocked it
blocked?
back
Oh,
over,
that was
yeah.
blocked, and nobody was there to cover that one. That was kind of weird. So it's 6-4. The Orioles are going here a little bit. We need to get something side out. There's the pass by Noonan. She gets it to Fritcher. Fritcher gets it out to Weber, and there's another block. We've got to try something different. That's like 2 or 3 blocks right over there on that side. They've got their 2 tallest people over there. So maybe we need to go to the middle or we need to go to the weak side here. Try something different. 7-4 Orioles. There's that, hits the net, but the Wildcats play it. Free ball over by Fritcher. Howard's going to set it back, set to Wilson. Wilson just pops it over, saved by Weber. And Elise gets something out of the middle. Howard sets it back for Wilson. There's a block, but we aren't able to do anything with it. Where blocks are just a tad off of the net. We need to get right up there on the net so the ball goes right back over. We got 8-4 Orioles. We need to do something right here to get the side out.
Yeah, a little bit of that. You don't want to let them get too far ahead here, so.
Got to get out of this rotation. Noonan gets the pass up to Fritcher. Fritcher, there's that back set to Elise.
Nice.
Elise Howard gets it up, and now they're over. Oh. And gosh, we just aren't in the spots where we need to be. We need to get moving. Looks like there's going to be a timeout Wildcat, so it's 9-4. People are just kind of standing around a little bit.
Yeah, so that puts the Wildcats down 5 here early. You want to make sure that we come out.
This is a key moment right here, I think.
Yep.
Again, we're hurting ourselves. We've gotten called for either under the net or in the net. I don't know. 2 times now on this particular serve rotation. So those are little things. It isn't Springville doing anything to us. It's ourselves doing some stuff to us. So we need to clean that up and put the pressure on the Orioles. They'll have hitting mistakes and different things like that. So.
Yep, especially with a young team that the Orioles have. So essentially he's a little bit in danger zone here, but a lot of game left to play in this one as it's 9-4 in favor of the Orioles. And we're starting back up.
Yep. So there's Kramer, gets it up to Fritcher. Fritcher outside to Hennick. Hennick gets it up
nice
over
spot.
there. She goes. She got it up over
there
those 2 tall blockers and found a spot right in front of the back row player. So there's that side out that we needed. So it's 5-9. Orioles are up. Lily Kramer's going to go back and serve for the Wildcats, and she gets it to Mattis, who gets it up to Howard. Howard gets it outside, and number 4, Nealman goes right into the net. So there we go. Let's make that comeback. We got 9-6. Lily Kramer serving again for the Wildcats. There's Nahazel, Mattis. This is a free ball. Oh, the official was going to call it out, and then she called it in. Oh, a top official is overruling. Oh, the top official says that's what the referee, that I couldn't tell. We're not in a good spot to say if that was in or out, but our coach is pretty hot, so she was going to call it out, and then she called it in, so.
Yeah, I don't know what just happened there, to be honest.
Well, and I think I must have been close. Yeah.
He hasn't really gotten too worked up at officials in my couple
so
years.
Blackmore's going to come in. Springville gets that point, and there's Hennick is blocked by. We're just not covering that block, and we're not getting it over those blockers. So Blackmore serving for the Orioles. They're up 11-6. We're in game 3. Wildcats took game 1. 25-18, and Springville took game 2, 25-16. So Wildcats have their work cut out here. We need to get this game and get back in the flow of things. So we got Weber with the hit, Mattis. There's a hit by Nealman. Fritcher with the set, and that's Reed with the hit, but it's played up by the Orioles, and now they're going to have a hit back. There's Fritcher.
Good save by Fritcher.
Yeah, Weber gets it outside. There's Hennick. Yeah,
nice
Lacey got it up over the blockers and got it down in front of that back row again. So Lacey's gotten some hits blocked, but then she's had a little bit of success getting it over those blockers.
7-11 in favor of the Orioles.
And we got Lacey in the back row serving at their jump set. Or jump serve, I should say, and there's just a tip over by the Orioles, and then there's Emma Fritcher, and she gets it to Eva Owens. Eva's hitting error goes out. You hate to see that. We need to try to get something going here. We need to put some serves together. Nealman's going to be serving for the Orioles. It's 12-7. Orioles are up. games are 1-1. There's the serve. Nice serve. Kramer gets it. Saved by Fritcher. Downballed over by Reed. Blackmore with the set to Nahazl. Nahazl tries her little push over to that weak side, but guess what? This time she forgot to get it over the net. We'll take it. So now it's Wildcats with Leah Weber.
Need a run here. Wildcats
Yep,
need just some
12
momentum.
to 8. We need to get something going. Blackmore back sets to that freshman, tall freshman. She's 5'11". What's her name again? 44. Lily Clark. She's able to get it down, and it's going to be a side out here. We're just kind of going back and forth right now. Neither team's really got a flow with their offense or anything. No. Wildcats need to get that side out, and we need to put some points together. 13 to 8. Orioles are up. Grace Mattis is back to serve. There's Kramer with a nice pass up to Leah Weber. She gets it up to Emma Fritcher, who hits it over. Blackmore's going to set it to Nahazl. Nahazl's going to hit it out. There we go. Come on, Wildcats.
Gotta take advantage of this, though.
Yeah.
We have not. We've been good on the defense here. I
And
feel but we're not scoring.
we're not putting anything together. So we got should be 13 to 10, I think. And I don't know. I thought it should be 13-9. And there's this. There's the. I feel like that was a Jesus. I feel like that was a block by the net, but I don't know. So anyway, here we go. Side out. We're not able to take advantage of that. So it's 14 to 9. And we had a couple substitutions here. And the Orioles are going to be serving. They got Howard checking in. She's going to serve. She'll be setting out of the back row right now for the Orioles. There's Lily Kramer. She gets it to Owens. And then Fritcher gets
nice
something.
spot.
Yeah, not really the exact way we wanted to draw it up, but Emma Fritcher's able to take the pass from Owens and found a spot in the middle. And here we go now. We need to get something going. 14-10. We got Hennick checking in for Briley Brooks. Eva Owens is back to serve. There's a nice serve. Pass up. Howard back to Nahazl, who tips it. Owens is there. There's Weber. And there's, and then there's a hitting error by Emma Fritcher. I feel like she didn't take her approach. She was just standing there waiting, didn't get back for an approach. So we have a hitting error. So it's 15-10. Nahazl's going to go back to serve for the Orioles. And there's the pass by Kramer, and there's Hennick. Hennick kind of hits it half over. And there's a push back over by the Orioles, set by Fritcher outside to Hennick. There it's blocked. Noonan there. Oh, nice hit. And then a block by Skelton. Reset here by Springville. There's a block by Elise and Emma Fritcher. Nice block. Here we go now, Wildcats. Like you said, we got our defense going. We're getting these sight. We just can't get anything.
Nobody can
yeah,
score,
nobody
though.
can get their offense
it's been
going.
At 4 or 5 like the last 6 possessions.
So we got 15-11. Emma Fritcher, Emma Fritcher hits it in the net. And we were just talking about how good she's been serving. So.
Yeah, that one's just, we couldn't get the bounce that they typically
Yeah, I know.
get, you know?
Ours is, so side out Orioles. Orioles will get the ball back here. And Fritcher with the nice set to Skelton. Skelton hits it over, and it's played up by the Orioles. Tipped to the back row by Nahazl, and it goes out. So here we go,
That's
side out.
Yeah, this is crazy.
It is. Here we go. Springville's taking its timeout. You know what? This might not be a bad timeout for the Wildcats too.
Yeah,
so
both teams are just kind of stagnant offensively right now. It's kind of crazy. All right, so we have our sole sponsor here, Next Bank. Next Bank is your bank for what's next, your next car, next home, next business, next phase of life, or next adventure. 5 locations to serve you: Central City, Cedar Rapids, Marion, Coralville, and Waterloo. Next Bank is proud to sponsor Central City Sports, member FDIC, equal housing lender. So we are kind of at a stalemate here. It feels like we're kind of back and forth. The problem is
it's been a 4-point game for probably about the last 6 or 7 serves, and neither team can do anything, and we're still at that 4-point deficit. So Wildcats got the serve here. Both teams were defensively, we're doing okay, but we're just not getting anything offensively. So let's see if the Wildcats can get something to go. We got Sarah Reed in the front row. We got Lacey Hennick in the front row and Leah Weber. See if we can't take advantage of that. So there was the serve. Dang it. Wilson gets the set, and we get the block, but it just falls right in front of us. We're just not getting our hands up over the net and meeting the block up over the net. We're just letting it come down in front of us. So there's a side out, 17-12. Orioles. Penny Blackmore's checking back in for the Orioles. She'll be serving out or setting out of the back row. There's Noonan, passes it up to Fritcher. Fritcher outside to Reed. Right back by that big freshman in the front row, Lily Clark, and we're just not able to come up with a little chink shot back that she had. Just weren't able.
So it's 18-12 here in favor of the Orioles. So Wildcats are kind of getting in the danger zone here if we don't get some offense going.
So Fritcher back sets it to Hennick, and Hennick puts it down, but it's saved here by the Orioles. They get it outside to Nealman, and that's out. Yes.
Yep, we'll take it.
We'll take that.
So it's a 5-point game here now.
Yep, 18-13. We got to get something going. We got Lacey Hennick. Lacey's side gets something going for us. We got Sarah Reed, Eva Owens, and Leah Weber in the front row, so we got to get our offense going. Take advantage of Sarah and let her do some work up there. Lacey Hennick with the nice serve. Mattis gets it up, and it's going to be a free ball, so let's use this, Wildcats.
Yep.
Fritcher gets it to Reed, who didn't really have a good arm swing at it, and didn't have a good set. And Springville took advantage of it and was able to get something. We're just not getting that crisp pass like we were and getting our hitters where they need the ball. So it's going to be side out, 19-13. I think Nealman here is going to be serving for the Orioles. There's Brooks, gets it up to Emma Fritcher, who free ball by Weber. There's Mattis with a quick hit from the freshman in the front row, Clark. And it's back to Springville, and there's, just a little soft hit, and we just can't handle the block. So it's 20-13. Wildcats have to do something here. And there's that timeout.
Yep, that's kind of a timeout you need.
We just need to pick that energy back up. I feel like we're just down just a tad, and we've got to get that spark. We've been doing some positive things, but we just haven't been able to keep our offense going with any consistency. So a little bit of passing, it's a little bit of out of position. So hopefully we can step something up.
Can bounce back here. We looked really, really good in that first game here, and we kind of got off to a bad start in the second one. And the third one's kind of just been, we've been playing really good defense.
Both teams, they just haven't been able to get into a rhythm offensively. It's kind of been an ugly game, to be honest.
Yeah.
All right, so it's 20-13. We're in game 3. It's one game apiece. Wildcats took game 1. Springville took game 2. And they're up right now in game 3, 20-13. There's Brooks with a bad pass, but Fritcher tracks it down, and then Reed tries to get it over, but we can't do anything with it. So now it's 21-13. And we got Nealman, who's still serving here for the Orioles. And there's Weber, who gets it up to Fritcher. Fritcher passes it over to Owens, who gets it over, and right back from the Orioles. Let's set something up and do something. There's Sarah Reed, popped up by the Orioles. It's going to be a down ball by the Orioles, and then we've got Fritcher setting it outside to Eva Owens, who just tips it over, and it's tipped right back, and Fritcher gets the set over to Eva Owens, and it's blocked by Kennedy Breitfelder, I believe. Freshman. There's some impressive freshmen here for the Springville. Right now they've got about 4 freshmen out there, 3 freshmen for sure. There's a pass, a serve, and an error by Briley Brooks, and so it's going to be 23-13.
Yeah, that's a big run here. Where one of the teams was going to make it. Now,
it turned out to be them here.
It's going to be a tough one to get out of here now.
So now there's the pass into the net. There's a bad pass, so 24-13.
Big run here for the Orioles.
Yeah, they came in and they took that timeout, and they kind of got their offense sorted out, and we haven't been able to get ours sorted out. So there's the Weber, gets it up to Fritcher. There's Reed with the down ball. There's a set by Blackmore over to Nahazel. She gets that front row, but we're there. Back set by Fritcher. Hey, here we go. We got some life. Leah Weber gets it over, and it goes off Nealman. So 24-14, 10 straight serves. We can do it.
10 straight, we tie it up.
Yep, 10 straight, we tie it up, and then we get a couple more with the win. There's Nahazel gets it up to Blackmore. That's a bad set, and so there's 1 point. So 24-15. Let's see if Weber can't serve out this game for us. That'd be pretty awesome for the Wildcats. There's Mattis up to Blackmore. Another back set to that big freshman Clark, but hitting air in the net. So it's 24-16. Weber in the back row. There's a nice serve. There's Nealman. Blackmore is a little hesitation. And Nahazo finds it over the blocker and gets it to drop right in front of Brooks. So we gave it a little bit of a run there. And we end up with the same score as the last game, 25-16. Orioles take that.
Yeah, that was kind of a back and forth, and then big run there by the Orioles. But
they just put it together, and we weren't able to get that to work in our favor.
So we'll go at our little break here. We'll give a shout out to Next Bank. Next Bank is a financially strong community bank. Invested partnerships help their customers achieve what's next for their financial dreams. Next Bank has 5 locations to serve you: Central City, Cedar Rapids, Marion, Coralville, and Waterloo. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. So once again, we're enjoying this kind of new YouTube broadcast that we have going on. It's kind of been a fun start for it. I've really enjoyed some of the new things that we can do with the YouTube channel. I know listening back to it after games is cool for some of the kids and their families that are at games.
That definitely is a huge advantage. That was something that we could kind of do with the last one, but it was a lot of there was a lot of steps that it took, so it wasn't a very easy process. And so yeah, with this YouTube channel, I know we've had some hiccups along the way, and hopefully Wildcat fans, you're sticking with us here. We're trying to do this a little new this year, and but I do think that is kind of cool, and I've even went back and listened just to see how we sound and what we can do to make it a better experience for everybody. We probably could mention the program that we have with the cameras, if we have a chance to talk about those here.
So
we have a minute.
Yeah. We're hoping that everything's good to go on Thursday. We had a little issue with the calibration process. I just got an email back, and our IC guy is going to look into it tomorrow, but we're on it. We're working, and we're hoping that that's going to be live for volleyball. It was live on Friday night. So it's NFHS, through NFHS. If you go to the school's website and go to the news, it's right above the link for this, and there's a subscription fee for this, for the cameras, but a portion of it does go back to the Central City Athletics.
And the nice thing that we found out that we're able to do is we're able to take our free Wildcat Sports broadcast, and we're able to plug into the cameras, so it's almost like watching it live online.
On TV, pretty cool, actually. So we're really excited to get everything going with that. We'll be able to have JV, junior high games, everything that's in the main gym and everything that's on the football field will be able to stream.
So it's pretty exciting.
As we got started there, as we're kind of talking about our other things, the Wildcats take a 1-0 lead, so Eva Owens is going to start serving here for the Wildcats. She has her little jump serve, hits the back row. Lauren Wilson goes to hit. Leah Weber with the up to Hennick, who then was just kind of out of position there, and she just tried to kind of bat it over, and it didn't work out for us. So that will bring up number 30, Nahazel, for the Orioles to serve. Scores 1-1. On the night, it is a 2-1 lead for the Orioles now. They put 2 wins together here in a row. Natalie Noonan with the dig to Fritcher with the up, and then Lily Kramer just kind of hits it over. Noonan to Weber, Weber to Hennick. Hennick with a good shot over, but the Orioles will make a good play on it. Kramer,
nice.
Oh, I think they said it was a
Oh, yeah. Oh. She kind of got it behind her head a little bit.
I just think it was an awkward hit. I don't know if it was as much of a carry as
it was just more awkward,
from others. But regardless, it's 2-1 Orioles. Noonan hits it up in the air to Kramer. We're out of position here, so kind of got hit to Natalie, and it went way back. Kramer ran after it and then just couldn't save it. So 3-1 in favor of the Orioles here now. Wildcats looking to get back on the offensive here. Nahazel's serving for the Orioles. She hits it to Fritcher, Fritcher to Noonan, Noonan to Skelton. Skelton kind of just tried to
that's basic volleyball. We just got to be able to execute those.
Just kind of hit it in the net. So that's a 4-1 lead there now. So Nahazl again with the serve. Oh, good spot there by Nahazl, but Noonan makes a great play on it. Orioles hit it over. It's tipped by Fritcher at the net, then hit to the Wild. Oh, so the Orioles, yeah, the Orioles blocked the hit by Fritcher, and then it came back to our side, and then Skelton hit it over, and it was just a little too deep. So that brings the score to 5-1. Nahazl with the serve, hits it to Noonan. Noonan to Weber. Weber to Fritcher. Fritcher with a really hard kill there. So
there's
that one
hit.
goes off the back wall. We'll take that one. So
yep.
5-2 now, and Fritcher's up to serve. Central's got to be able to capitalize here when she's serving, because she's been able to go on some big runs here. We need to go on one right now, keep ourselves alive, get the momentum back on our side. So
for sure.
That is hit to Wilson. Wilson.
Ooh,
yeah, that's
I almost thought that was in. I couldn't tell. I was
Coach was in the way here for me, so I couldn't see either. But they tried to just kind of tap it over, and it ended up going out of bounds. So Fritcher with the serve, and it's hit to the back row here. It's going to be set up to number 4, who hits it way too far out of bounds. So Nealman kind of went for a real hard hit there, and it gets sent to the back wall. Fritcher back up to serve. This is where we talked about we got to go on our run. So Fritcher with the serve. Good serve. Orioles with miscommunication. Yeah.
There we go. Miscommunication.
Miscommunication. That brings the score tied up. So Wildcats need a little run. Need the momentum to continue here. Fritcher still serving. She's got 4 in a row here now. Here's number 5 up in the air, and we'll see what they do with it. And that was a nice little setup.
At least went to block the set instead of waiting for the hit. She probably would have had a block because it was just one of those quick ones, but she just got a little
really
antsy
low
there.
Set, though.
Yeah,
it's kind of one of those.
It's kind of hard. I think she thought he was going to tip.
Yeah. So Noonan with the dig here, hits it to Fritcher. Fritcher to Hennick, who just kind of bats it over. We were kind of out of position there, but then Weber with a good save, hit to Hennick by Fritcher. Good hit by Hennick, and it's going to be returned here by Wilson on the hit. Good save there again by Fritcher this time. Hennick hits it kind of just a little blooper over. And then it's going to be a hard attempted hit by Nealman, but she hits it right into the net. So it's a 6-6.
We're back in this.
Yep, with 6-6 tie here with who just checked in? Sarah Reed just checked in. Lily Kramer up to serve, and that's a really good serve.
Yeah,
right over the net there. So they just end up pushing it over after Lily kind of put them in a tough spot. The hit is from Weber to Hennick. Hennick hits it over, and Springville just has to push it over again. So Central City needs to capitalize on these. And we kind of do the same thing on that one, though. And
they just got that little bloop over.
I didn't think that was coming over.
I know, it just barely made it over.
I was getting ready to say a miscommunication by the Orioles because it looked like it stayed on their
I
side
didn't
of the
see
net,
who hit it, and it just
number 7, so
Howard got it over.
The freshman with a little trickery.
Yeah. Well, the Wildcats got to get it right back here.
So that ball is hit to Kramer, who then hits it to Fritcher. Fritcher back to Kramer. Kramer hits it over. And,
that would have. That could have been out. That was a big swing, and it was heading our way, but that's hard. Yeah. Lacey was in a tough spot, and she just stuck her arm out there, and unfortunately it went into the stands.
Good hit there by Nealman. So we have a dig here by Hennick. It's hit to Fritcher, back to Hennick. Hennick with the hit. And that one, once again, was kind of one of those. I think that one was probably in, but
it's so hard.
It was tough. So Fritcher went for it and was unable to get it. That puts the score at 9 for Springville.
So right now,
6 for the Wildcats.
We got to get it right back right now.
Yep, absolutely. This is a big play. Yep. Coach knows it. He's fired up. So he's trying to get the girls' positive attitudes back here.
Yep.
So that is a good dig by Kramer, hit to Weber. Weber hits to Reed, who hits it over, and then back to Weber to Fritcher to. That one looked like she was in the net on their side, but no call.
Looked like she just caught it and threw it back.
This one's back and forth. So finally, it's going to be hit to Hennick here, and that. The Orioles are in a bad spot, but they get out of it. So then it's hit back to Kramer. Kramer to Fritcher. Fritcher to Reed. And Reed.
There we go. Sarah Reed with the big hit out of the middle. That was nice.
Yeah, that was that one I was getting tired of talking. It was kind of back and forth, back and forth. I didn't know what to say next. So regardless,
Wildcats
point.
needed that.
Yeah, we needed that one big time.
Yep.
So now that brings Lacey Hennick up to serve, who gets it right over the net as well. It's going to be returned by Nielsen. Eventually hit to,
Oh, dang it. Sarah was there for the block that time, but then it went straight up and hit the net that's at the top, or the curtain, or whatever that is.
Yeah, so that was kind of just a weird play there. Regardless, scored 10-7 here in favor of the Orioles. You
We're
have
right
Riley
back
Brooks
in it. We
checking
just
back in.
Yeah. Just need to get this side out and get something going again.
The service hit to Weber, Weber to Fritcher, Fritcher to Reed. Springville.
Oh, that's a
That
throw.
one was a throw, yeah.
God, they're not calling that.
That one was for sure a throw.
But she threw it right into the net.
Yeah, so it just
So
didn't matter,
we'll
but-
take that 10-8. Let's go, Leah Weber.
So Weber serving. Look at us over here officiating the card from the stands. Easier to call him up here.
Yeah.
So that one's hit by Reed, but it's blocked by the freshman.
There's Sarah
and then
Reed.
Sarah Reed again with the hit.
Yes.
And that one will take the point
She
for.
powered that through the hitters there in the middle, and
Yeah, Sarah Reed and Lily Clark kind of battling back and forth on that one, and Sarah Reed wins that
She
one.
wins
So
that one.
9-10, Weber up serving. Weber with a nice soft serve right over, kind of a spot serve. And then it's hit back to Briley Brooks. Brooks to Weber. Weber to Fritcher, who looked like she was going to
pound it.
but she decides against it.
There's a bad set.
Yeah, good dig, though, by Kramer.
Oh, they got a little quick hit.
Yep, and ended up being a hit there by Lily Clark for the kill. So 11-9 now in favor of the Orioles. It'll be number 4, I believe. Nealman will be up. Nope, sorry, 47, and that is
Grace Mattis.
Mattis is up serving here. She's wearing a different jersey number than that's on the roster.
She's the libero tonight.
So Mattis is serving. 11-9 Orioles. Hits it to Briley Brooks. Briley Brooks kind of too much on it, and it went right over to Springville. Springville, number 17, Stamp, kind of just
stood there.
I would have called a spike, but they said that would be a kill. So wanted to say a spike on that one, but just kind of wasn't kept on our side and put Central City out of
Kind of
position.
tough pass right up by the net.
Yep. So now it's 9-12 here, still in favor of Springville. Springville serves, hit to Kramer, Kramer to Weber, Weber to Fritcher. And then it's going to be returned, kind of a weird ball there by Springville, but it's back to Hannah Kramer. Kramer to
There it
Weber,
is.
Weber to
Eva Owens
Eva
there
Owens.
with a nice kill.
So good play there by Hannah Kramer, keep that ball alive. Then good pass there by, I believe that was Weber.
Mm-hmm.
So that brings Sarah Reed up to serve. Reed. Reed is hit to, gets hit back to Eva Owens. Eva Owens to Fritcher. Fritcher has a great hit, kind of puts Springville out of position, but they get it over. Hit to Weber. Weber to Fritcher. Fritcher to Skelton. Back to Springville. Springville sends it back over. Fritcher hits it to Skelton.
That's a nice hit.
Hits it, but then Springville's still making a play on it. Eva Owens with a good dig.
Oh,
And
dang it.
just over the top of Leah Weber. So it was a good push on Springville's side.
Nahazel.
13-10 here, Springville.
There's a good rally right there. Both teams showing a lot of scrappiness. Trying to attack, just doing what they need to do to keep the ball alive. We just got sucked in, and Nahazel was able to hit that back into that back far corner. So
Yeah, so now we have number 7
Howard.
here, Howard serving. Hits it to Kramer, Kramer to Weber, Weber to Fritcher, Fritcher hits it out.
nice arm swing, but she just got her shoulders turned there a little too much in the middle.
Yep, so that brings it to 14-10 in favor of the Orioles. Howard up to serve. Howard will just kind of bloop it in there. Hannah Kramer with the dig. Eventually hit over to Skelton. Kind of not a great pass by the setter there, and Skelton's kind of out of position there when she goes to make the hit. So 15-10 in favor of the Orioles. Coach Martins calls a timeout here, and that'll bring us to time for us to give a shout out to the sponsors. Next bank.
What are you saving for? Whether it's retirement, your child's education, a new car, or just a rainy day, Next Bank has the right savings account for whatever's next for you. Next Bank is committed to help you achieve what's next for your financial dreams. Bank on your next success with Next Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. I was going to make the comment real quick. You know, you and I both played basketball, and when you have a turnover or you make a mistake, you don't have time to think about it because you got to get back either on offense or defense or whatever the case may be. But in kind of in football, you still do have that little downtime. But like, I just know I played softball, and I'm assuming volleyball is a little bit. After every play, there's a little bit of just that downtime. And the kids can have that time to think about what they did wrong versus if you could just keep going. So anyway, Wildcats after that timeout, we get the ball back.
Yeah,
so
just a bad serve, I believe.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Yep.
And it looks like
I believe Natalie
Noonan's going to serve for us. So we got to get back. 15-11, Wildcats are down here in game 4.
And Natalie Noonan with a good serve. It's hit up in the air by Mattis, then to Howard. Howard hits it over. Hennick ends up getting it for the hit to the backside, but Fritcher to Skelton, Skelton to Fritcher, and it's in. Yeah, that one's in. So I couldn't tell, but the backline judge is pretty confident on it. So we'll take the point on that one. So that puts it to 12-15 here. So Wildcats battling back. Natalie Noonan serving. Good serve by Natalie. Springville getting ready to, Lauren Wilson ends up pushing it over. We have Weber who hits it to Fritcher. Fritcher hits it over, and Lauren Wilson to attempt to return it to the Wildcats.
Bad set, and Wilson couldn't do anything with it there. Just like that, Wildcats are getting back in it, and it's 15-13, and Springville coach calls a timeout. But, yeah, anyway, just talking about just that mental part of it. You know, sometimes when you don't have time to think about a mistake, it's better off you just keep going. And, unfortunately, like I said, when I played softball, it's like you just have time to sit there and think about your mistakes. So hopefully the Wildcats here can keep their momentum going. We've kind of got a little momentum. So,
yeah, so it's
Natalie Noonan, keep it going for us.
So we are 13-15 here. On the night, it is 2-1. The lead is Springville. Noonan serves. Howard hits it to Nahazel. Nahazel over to Kramer. Kramer to Weber. Weber, hits it kind of a back set to Fritcher. Fritcher then hits the stand. Hopefully, I think she's okay.
So it looks like that was a side out for Orioles.
Yep, so now we have Nahazel serving. She hits it to Natalie Noonan. Noonan to Fritcher. Fritcher to Hennick. Hennick hits it over. It's going to be hit back by back by Lauren Wilson. Karth will give you the spoiler alert and tell you that it's out.
I'm line judging up here.
She also threw her hands up, so if you're not on the cast, you'll probably have to do line judge now. So Fritcher.
Yes!
Oh, we got one.
Yeah, we finally got it.
We finally hit one into the net here, and it just kind of bloops over. And you know what? Sometimes take point anytime you can get it.
Springville's had that happen. We've had that happen at least 3 times, and that's our first time. You hit it in the net, like below the net, and it like tips up over. I don't know how that happens, but we'll take it.
Yeah, so those are kind of goofy ones, but those are tough. When that happens, it's almost impossible to return it. So Fritcher now serves it again, and it's going to be hit back here. Oh, big hit there by Nealman, the sophomore.
Yeah, we just couldn't get our blockers over there together to get that. She was able to hit right through them. So we're back in it, though. 17-15, Wildcats down by 2.
So now number 17, Stamp is up serving. Stamp hits it to Weber. Weber with the up to Fritcher. Fritcher to Hennick. Hennick with the hit. And it's attempted to be blocked by Clark, but it kind of puts Springville in a bad position. The ball falls Point Central City. So Lily Kramer up to serve. Elise Skelton checks out. Sarah Reed checks in. Lily Kramer with the serve is up, and Springville ends up with they look a little frustrated on that one there, Karth.
Hey, with 17-17, here we go, Wildcats.
So Nealman hits it deep, and now we got ourselves in a dogfight here. So Kramer hits it over on the serve, and kind of a little tricky return there by Clark. Clark eventually gets hit to Hennick here, and then now Springville's kind of in a disaster mode, and they hit it into the net. So Cards, we are battling back. This night is not over.
Yes.
We want one more here. So.
Yep. We're not making those little stinky errors in the nets and under the nets. You know, it's like we're battling now, so that's good.
So Kramer with the serve here, and the Orioles are in some trouble with it. They just eventually just hit it over. Fritcher to Weber. Weber hits it to Hennick. Hennick goes for a nice shot. And there we go. Now we are 19-17 in favor of the Wildcats. So, yeah, Lauren Wilson kind of contesting, much taller than Hennick, but Hennick just kind of
was able to use that block and just got it off her hand.
Right over her. So Kramer with the serve here. She's kind of leading the run here from the serving position, putting them in a bad spot, and she does it again.
Back set to Wilson, and Wilson hits it in the net. So, she went up for a big hit.
Yeah.
There we go, Wildcats. Wildcats got that. They're back.
Little confidence back again.
Yeah,
so
there we go. 2017. This is game 4.
Yeah.
Wildcats took game 1, and Springville took games 2 and 3, and now we're 20-17 here in game 4. And Next Bank combines the values of locally owned, independent Eastern Iowa Community Bank with expanded services and the latest technology to meet our customers' fast-moving lifestyle. Bank on your success with Next Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. So, yeah, this is pretty exciting here. Wildcats got a little swagger back. See if we can't finish this out here and go game 5.
Yeah, absolutely. So 2017 here, and Lily Kramer up. We also have Fritcher, Noonan, Weber, Reed, and Hennick on the floor. The ones kind of sparking this run here. So there's another good serve. Good serve by Kramer, which puts Springville in a bad position, and then it's hit by Sarah Reed.
Yes.
And we are rolling.
You know, we were struggling. We were getting the block, and then we'd get a block, or they'd get a block. We didn't have anybody there. Now the roles are reversed. We're getting it to drop.
And
that was bad.
Yeah, so Lily Kramer with another good serve. I thought it was a double hit, but I don't know.
did too. I know.
Ball gets hit back over by Weber. Weber hits it. Clark ends up hitting it back over. And now Central City's kind of in scramble mode, but Hennick gets it over, and it's going to be hit to Lauren Wilson, who makes a nice play, but not a good enough one because Lily Kramer is there waiting. And the ball's hit back to Central City.
Yeah, Sarah Reed! Sarah Reed spiked it over. I'll help you out here. She hit it over, and it was passed right back to Sarah off of that good hit. And Sarah's like, hey, you dug up my one hit, but you're not going to dig this one. And she put that right down. So we got 22-17. Woo! Let's go Wildcats.
Cats are rolling right now, led by Lily Kramer. Honestly, every serve, they have not had a good hit back. And here's going to be another, well, I say that, and then they do, but here we go. We recover with it. So Fritcher hits it to Reed. Reed hits it back over. And now Springville looks to be in a little bit of trouble, and they are. So we are 17-23. Let's go, Cats.
You know, I mentioned our passing was not crisp in parts of games 2 and 3, and that's what's happening now to the Orioles. So let's see if we can.
We'll take confidence going into game 5 here if
you
we can
know
keep
it.
this rolling. So the serve is up, and it hits to Wilson. Wilson just kind of has to hit it back over. Fritcher to, which eventually gets hit to Hennick, and then Reed contests at the net. It's going to be hit back to Fritcher, who hits one in the net, and we're going to,
nice play by Howard.
Yeah, great play there defensively for Howard. But this one's going to get hit back to Hennick. We're still live on this play. I celebrated too early. And Kramer makes a good play. Fritcher to Sarah Reed. This one's wild. So back to Kramer. Kramer to Fritcher. Fritcher to Reed, who just kind of hits it over, but she finds a good spot, and that is 24.
Nobody's hitting it hard. They're just like downballing it, both sides, but I think that was Sarah Reed just kind of found the spot, and Howard came flying, and she hit it out of bounds. So here we go, 24-17.
Kramer served many in a row, and that is another one here. And Lauren Wilson with that's okay.
That's all right. Yeah, that's all right.
I think Lily just went on like a 10-0 run.
That was awesome.
Like that, or maybe,
I don't remember.
I think it was 16-18, so she went on an 8-0 run. And
let's go Wildcats.
Those were all started with. Yeah, I'm not a volleyball expert, but they never got a clean hit
it was
back
bad.
on the serve.
We got in the right rotation, and we got inside the head of their back row players. So let's finish it right here.
So Reed returns the serve
hit
here.
The ball.
Yep, Reed returns the serve, and now it's hit back from Nahazl. Nahazl hits it to Hennick. Hennick to Weber. Weber back to Hennick, hit over, and now Springville's returning. Hennick hits it up in the air to Kramer. Kramer to Weber, just kind of volleys it over. And
there's a throw.
Good play there by Fritcher. Fritcher to Weber, and that keeps the Wildcats alive. And
Scott Hansen called this in the net. Who's he calling in the net? There. Come on.
I didn't see that one.
I didn't either. I didn't see the net move. I didn't see anything. Here we go. 1924 Wildcats.
So it's hit to Noonan. Noonan to Fritcher. Fritcher to Reed. Reed hits it back. It's going to come over number 4 here. Nealman, sorry. It's hit back by
Hennick.
Hennick. I'm kind of losing my train of thought here as much is going on. So Lily Kramer with the dig to Weber, who hits it over.
Keeps it in
that's
play.
a good play. Yeah, very good play. Fritcher to Weber, Weber to Hennick. Let's finish this one. And they're in a little bit of trouble here, Orioles. But
It's going to be a free ball. Let's use it.
Over. So Noonan to Fritcher, Fritcher to Reed, who puts them in a tough spot, but they get out of it. And then they missed it. So now we're going to game 5.
Yes, Nealman hit it in the net. Wildcats. Yeah. Wow, what a comeback.
This is a game right here. So
what a comeback.
That was awesome. So now we are going into game 5, and I tell you what, Karth, I'm actually glad this one's yours because I got some watching on that one. I forgot I was announcing. I was so pumped.
That was exciting, you know. But that's the thing with volleyball, man. It's you can think that you're out of it.
We were almost down and out there.
And then back. you get one, spark, and then Lily, you got to give Lily, met it. She had some good serves, and she picked on one of the Springville girls, and that just kind of got into her head a little bit. And you know what I said, after you make a mistake, you have to stand there for a little while and kind of like contemplate that mistake. And I think it got in her head a little bit, and then it just kind of carried over with the whole team. So,
yeah, you got to give Lily Kramer as a senior making plays. Is what that was. I don't care.
And then there was just a lot of scrambling out there. It wasn't pretty at times, but both teams were just scrapping and getting it over any way they could. There were some big hits, but there were some tips, and there were some throws. So it was pretty exciting. That's awesome for the Wildcats to come back here. So Wildcats took game 1. Springville took games 2 and 3, and now the Wildcats come back and get game 4. And I have that.
Yeah, I got to tell you, this is where you want to be if you're the Wildcats.
Yeah,
I mean, you got the momentum going on your side.
So now we got the momentum, and they have the serve. Right now is where we want to get the side out right now, and that puts us up. And then we've got the serve. You only played a 15 in game 5, I believe, and so every point's important. So hopefully we'll see what the Wildcats can do here. So we got Howard's gonna serve. Think there's any pressure on that kid? Her dad's the coach, I think, and she's a freshman. And I'm pretty sure that's her dad. So Nia Howard's gonna serve it for the Orioles here. See what the Wildcats can do. And there's Kramer with the pass up to Weber with the hit from Fritcher, and Fritcher's going to do it again. And yes! They stopped it the first time, but they weren't able to stop it the second time. So just like that, Wildcats are up 1-0, and Eva Owens is going to go back here and serve it for the Wildcats. Hopefully we can get a few more points here.
Yep, so Eva Owens getting ready to start off the Wildcats.
Yep. Jump serves. And just like that, there's a hit by Fritcher. It was a bad pass. Hit from the back row, and that's out by Morgan Nahazel.
That'll be a point. Wildcats 2-0.
Remember we did Marquette Catholic the other night, or Prince of Peace, and they were hitting out of the back row about every other time. And that's like the first time I've seen a hit out of the back row for the Orioles, so don't know if it was planned or not. Oh, dang it.
I think that one was, too.
Yeah. 2-1, Eva's serve is just long, and this is where you really got to clean things up and you got to play. When you only go to 15, you really got to be able to limit those mistakes. So 2-1. Let's see if the Wildcats can't get it back. The Fritcher to Weber to Fritcher, and there's a pass back over, and we just got sucked in, and really they had a bad pass, and their setter didn't really have anything better to do, and she just tipped it over, and it got to that back corner, and we just weren't able to get to it. So it's 2-2. Nahazl serving for the Orioles. And Noonan to Fritcher. Fritcher's going to get it up to Hennick, and Hennick hits it into the net. Just not a good angle there. So we need to get our passing going again here. 3-2. Nahazl
Yep.
serving
Wildcats
for
need to
the
bounce back
Orioles.
here.
There's Noonan. That's a tough pass right back over to Springville. So let's see if we can't. There's Wilson, but Weber gets that hit and bumps it up, and then Elise Skelton just swings like crazy and hits it out. So not the start we wanted to see here. So coach is taking a timeout. We got to get our composure. It's 4-2. If we get a side out right here, it's 4-3, and we're right back in it. So we just got to talk about getting that good first pass up to the setter. You know, we had that play, and really Springville had an ugly play right back, and we were just able to, you know, get it to that back corner, and we weren't able to get back there. So it's not like they've done anything that we can't handle.
Yeah, 4-2 here is not a deep hole.
Oh,
we
no,
can
yeah.
climb out of this.
Yep, for sure.
I like that timeout call there by Coach.
Yeah.
Because they went on a little 3-0 run, and this is a game where
you need it.
A lot of emotions are kind of going, so you're in a situation where, you know, the timeout's the right call.
Exactly. So Nahazl. Well, and there's the pass that goes right back to Springville. Let's see if they're going to set it up. Wilson tips it over, but we're there with Weber. Fritcher gets it to Skelton, hits it over, bumped up by Springville. Wilson hits it over, saved by Fritcher, and there's a hit by Hennick. Mattis is going to bump it up, and it's a free ball over. Weber gets it up to Fritcher. Fritcher's going to do it to Elise with a quick hit in the middle, and there it is. There's what we needed. Elise finds the hole on that quick set and a quick hit right there. So 4-3, Wildcats are down. Springville's up 4-3, and we're in game 5. Obviously, both teams have won 2 games, and Emma Fritcher's going to serve here for the Wildcats. And there's a nice serve. Mattis gets it up to Howard. Howard outside to Nealman. Nealman hits it and off of the block. Skelton and Weber were there, but we just weren't able to get it back over. So it's going to be 5-3. And I believe that Molly Stamp is going to be serving it here for the Orioles. 5-3. There's a little floater serve. Weber gets it to, she tips it over. And it's got right back to us, and there's Hennick. Kind of downballs it over, and it's outside to Nealman. Nealman swings at it, and there she gets another one.
She's going to get the second one there, ain't she?
Yeah, Noonan bumped it right back to Nealman, and Nealman was right there and hit it right back, and we weren't able to do anything with that one. So we got to get something going here. We got 6-3 Orioles. They're serving. Noonan gets it to Fritcher. Fritcher bumps it over to Weber. Weber bumps it over, and there's a set by the Orioles, and there's that freshman in the middle, Clark. We're not in a good spot right here. We need to make an adjustment here and get a pass, and I think we're taking our second timeout super quick here. It looks like Squires, assistant coach Squires, sees something, and she's talking to the girls, and we're down 7-3, and when you only played 15, this is it's a turning point here. So
we need to get out of this one here. So
we just need that pass and try to get a set so we can get something going. We got some good hitters in the front row.
Yeah, we're right there. I mean, this is a back and forth game. It's been that way since the start. So not really a whole lot of blowouts on the night. So we're in game 5 here, in case you didn't know. So obviously we tied up, and Orioles will start them back off.
There's Weber. Gets it to Fritcher. Fritcher outside to Hennick. Not really a great set. Gets it over. Howard back sets it to Wilson. Wilson hits it out, and there's what we needed right there. There's that hitting error. And let's take advantage of it. We got Sarah Reed coming in for Elise Skelton.
Coming up to serve.
Yep, Lily Kramer, perfect spot for her. 7-4, Orioles are up, and we've got Lily Kramer, and there she goes right at Nahazl, and there's the shake.
That's what I'm talking about. She's
Yep.
a little dangerous with that save.
That's what we like to see.
So this could be a good break here for the Wildcats if they can capitalize on it.
7-5. And Lily with the serve again, and it goes to Nahazl. This time it goes the other way. Howard keeps it alive, and there's an opportunity for the Wildcats here. See if we can take advantage of it. We do. Hennig hits it over and is able to get it into a spot where the Orioles aren't, but it all started with that pass. It was a bad pass off of Lily's great serve there, and Springville wasn't able to get a good attack, and we were able to do something with it, and Hennig finishes it off. So
yeah, Lily's just been putting the ball right where they want it. They're still not getting a good hit back. It's just a free ball over every time.
So it's 6-7. Orioles are up. So I think the Wildcats have already used both of our timeouts.
Yep.
And Springville's just used their first timeout, and it's still 7-6. So it's going to be a strategy as far as coming down to the end, how we're going to ice each other if we need to. It's going to be a lot of subbing and some things like that. So Lily Kramer's back in the serving area, and this time she does a little floater, and they bring Grace Mattis over to make the pass, and she does a pretty good job. But we are there and ready for it, and Hennig hits it back over. Howard to Mattis and to Wilson. Wilson tips it over, and it's out.
It's out.
And this line judge has gotten, she's been
hit
moving.
Twice. She's been hit twice.
Yeah. Hey, we're 7-7. I like the way Lily's changing up her serve. She's had a couple floaters, and she's had a couple hard ones that just skim right over the net.
A tough one.
Yeah. There's another one, and there's Wilson. Wilson comes in, and there's a big hit, and they call that one in. She used every inch of the court over there. So big play by Springville to break Lily's serve, and so it's going to be Orioles 8, Wildcat 7.
But you're right back in it now, right? I mean, you just
we're
got
right back in it.
You're right back in it.
So we got Blackmore serving, and there's the pass, and that's a set to Sarah Reed on the outside. Sarah gets it over. Blackmore over to Nealman, then Hennig to Pritchard, Weber, and Weber gets it. Just a nice little hit, nothing real hard, but it gets through the blocker and finds that middle spot. So it's 8-8. Lacey Hennig's going to go back and serve for the Wildcats. And we got a sub, and Eva Owens is coming in the front row for Natalie Noonan. Noonan did a pretty good job in the back row getting some good passes for us. There's a pass, it's kind of tight. Let's use this. That's a down ball. There's Fritcher's going to get it to Weber, and Weber's going to get it to Eva, and it's blocked by Clark. Wildcats are on the attack again. Free ball over by Weber. Here's an attack by Clark, and that was a nice.
Yeah.
That's tough. If they get a good pass and they get that good set to Clark, it's going to be tough for us to stop that. So we've got to really put some pressure on them and hopefully have a bad pass. So we got a sub here. Brooks is coming in for Hennig, and we've got Nealman serving for the Orioles. They're up 9-8, and there's Brooks with the pass to Pritchard. Reed just down balls it. Blackmore gets it over to Nahazel, who hits it into the net. Nahazel went for a big swing and hit it in the net, so it's 9-9. We got Leah Weber back, and Leah had some good serves in that game 3 and kind of brought us back a little bit. So there's Mattis up to the setter, and that was a bad set, and Emma Fletcher's right there and just throws it right back down, and Springville's can't make the play, and so just like that, Wildcats are up.
Here we go.
10-9, Leah Weber with the serve. Let's find that weak spot. And there's that Nahazel, and they're back to Nahazel with the hit from the back row, and that's the second time
I'm doing it. I'm over here doing it out myself, too.
It's hard not to be a line judge when you're up in the crowd.
Yeah.
Nahazel's had 2 back row hits, and they've both been long. So we've got Weber with the serve for the Wildcats. They're going right back to Nahazel. She gets it up to Blackmore. Blackmore just passes it over because she didn't really have an opportunity to do anything. And just like that,
there we go.
There it is.
12-9 Cats.
Eva Owens with the hit, using every inch of the court. It's 12-9 Wildcats.
Oh, sorry. Yes, 12.
Woo! 12-9.
Cats. Timeout Springville.
Timeout Springville, so neither team has a timeout.
Yeah.
And we've got Leah Weber, and we talked about this was another rotation that we really liked because in that game 3 when we were down, it was Leah who kind of rallied us. So, and they're kind of picking on a couple of those back row players back there. That kind of struggled with Lily. I think Lily put that little bit of doubt in their mind, and now we're still kind of trying to pick on them a little bit. So, and we talked about Springville's got a pretty young team, and we've got some veteran players out here with Lily and Leah, leading us as seniors. So here we go. Leah Weber with the serve to Madison that goes up to Blackmore, and they try to tip it over, and there's Weber, and she gets it to Fritcher, and there's a quick hit by Reed, and it's blocked, and it goes out of bounds. And so that's going to be a side out. So big play there by the Orioles to get that side out, but we're in the driver's seat here. And so as long as we can just kind of play even with them here, we could potentially get the big win. So we need
to get out of this possession.
Yep, right here. So Sarah Mattis is in the back, bumped up by Kramer, and there's Weber.
Nice spot.
And yes.
They saved it.
And there's a free ball over. We got to take advantage. Weber back to Fritcher, and Fritcher pounds it. Yeah,
Yes,
they finally called. I think he called somebody in the net there on them. Emma Fritcher had 2 big hits there, and they made a great play on the one, and this time they weren't able to track it down. So 13-10, Sarah Reed goes back, and there's Nealman. She gets it up to Blackmore. Blackmore out to Nahazel. And then Brooks wasn't able to handle that. So we got some subs going on here for both teams. And looks like we're bringing Hannah Kramer in for Brooks. We've got Skelton, Fritcher, Weber, Lily Kramer, and Eva Owens out there on the floor for the Wildcats. And Nia Howard, the freshman, is going to, where we started here, she's going to serve for the Orioles. 11-13 Wildcats are up. There's Eva Owens with and there's the tip. And there it is!
14-11
tipped over by, is that Fritcher who tipped that over?
I think
and
she
it was
just tipped it right over top of Wilson.
It pinballed over there on the Orioles side. And we've got a sub here where they're letting them do it. That was close. I don't think they'd blown the whistle yet for the serve. So we've got Eva Owens back for the Wildcats.
To try and finish
and
this game
there's
off.
Mattis up to Howard, and it's a back set to Nahazel. She just tips it over, and there's Lacey Hennick. And the 2 Springville girls run into each other, and it's a free ball over with Mattis. And there's Fritcher with the set outside to Hennick, and it's a block. And Howard's going to set it back to Nahazel, and she's going to just down ball it over. And just like that, bad pass. And was that Stamp was there to put it down. So it's 14-12. All we need is a side out. We have Nahazel back serving for the Orioles. We have Noonan checking in for Owens. So right here is a big play for the Wildcats. I don't know about you, but I'm nervous. There's Noonan up to Weber, and there's a tip by Fritcher, and saved by Mattis. There's a big swing by, and we just about kept it. Big swing by Wilson, popped up by Wildcat, but we just couldn't do it. So it's 13-14.
Still need this one, Kari.
Yep, let's go side out right here. You don't have a timeout, coach.
No, neither team.
No, neither team has a timeout. So Fritcher with the pass. There's Weber back to Fritcher. Fritcher hits it. Howard. And there's going to be just a tip over by Wilson. Weber to Hennick. And it's Howard. Down ball by Nealman. There's Weber. Fritcher tips it. And there's a tip back over by Howard. Fritcher to Elise Skelton. There's Nahazel over to Nealman. Hennick gets it to Weber, back to Hennick, and Hennick.
This could be in trouble. And
yeah! Wildcats win! Wildcats come back from 2-1 and win! Woo! That is awesome! Wildcats take it 3-2, 15-13. What a match!
Yeah, that was awesome.
High five! Woo! That was spectacular. Man almighty. I don't even know what to say.
That was
Dang
awesome.
it.
The girls are pretty fired up. They had a rough weekend, and then they fired back.
You bet, man. That was awesome. You know, that's the game of volleyball. I'm not lying. After that second game, and we got beat 25-16, and in game 4 we were down about 5 points, weren't we? And then Lily Kramer comes in, and she served about, what'd we say, 9 in a row?
Yeah, ridiculous amount.
Yeah, and got us the lead, and then we were able to get that game, and then game 5. We got up, then Springville got up, and then we came back, and Leah Weber served us, and we got up and we were able to hold them off, and it came down to that last thing, 15-13 Wildcats in Game 5.
I'm not going to lie to you, Carth. I wasn't even listening to you. I was watching the girls celebrate. They're having some fun, and it was fun
is
to
awesome.
see. So I don't know what you just said, but good job carrying us there. So I'm just pumped up
This
right
is
now.
exciting. Springville's went through these last few years. They had all those really good athletes, and they won the state tournament, in basketball, and those same kids played volleyball, and they made it to state. They made it to state. This has got to be the first time some cities beat Springville in volleyball in a while. And I'll tell you what,
I don't know if they have since I've been here, to be honest with you.
And what I liked is, like I said, after Game 3, I was kind of nervous because I was like, the body language, and we dropped those 2 games, and and you may even commented about that. And you know what though? We didn't quit, and that's what's cool about this.
No, that was exciting.
You never give up, man. That's what it is. You play to the end.
Kept battling, so that was a pretty awesome contest.
Both teams, were battling. There was some ugly volleyball out there. We talked about just scrapping and just some bumps and no really a lot of spikes in that one game, but the Wildcats did what they needed to do, and wow, fantastic game. I can't even, that's spectacular.
That's what, and the Springville Central City rivalry means a lot to a lot of people, so it's a lot of fun when you beat them.
No kidding, I tell you, especially since it's been a while. So anyway.
Yeah, that's, I'll give one more shout out to our sponsors here, and then kind of
wrap things up. Yeah.
So, Next Bank is your bank for what's next, your next car, your next home, next business, next phase of life, or next adventure. 5 locations to serve you: Central City, Cedar Rapids, Marion, Coralville, and Waterloo. Next Bank is proud to sponsor Central City Sports, member FDIC, equal housing lender, and what a night we are.
What a night.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, so just a quick rundown. Game 1, Wildcats took that one 25-18. Game 2, Springville came back and won 25-16. And then Game 3, same score, while Orioles take Game 3, 25-16. And then Game 4, Wildcats battled back and took Game 4, 25-19. And then in Game 5, what a game. Wildcats were able to come back and take the lead and hold off the Orioles for a 15-13 win. So we win 3-2. So great match.
We win 3-2, Carl.
We won 3-2. So,
absolutely.
Hey, so for Tanner, I'm Cindy McCarthy, and I want to thank everyone for listening to tonight's broadcast. And we're going to be back at it, and I don't know if you're going to be – I don't think you're going to be with me.
I won't be there Thursday,
so it's going to be the B team if I have to have somebody
if I'm
else.
Not there,
I know, because
somebody else is going to be pulling you down.
Hey, and if you haven't had a chance to come out and watch the Wildcats, the Wildcat volleyball team is going to be home on Thursday night. This Thursday, we're going to be broadcasting, but it is in Central City, and we're taking on the Albernet Pirates. And so another rival game. And so if you can make it, we'd love to have you come watch and cheer the girls on. But if you can't, we're going to be here again when the Wildcat Sports YouTube channel, and hopefully you'll listen in or be there one way or the other. So
absolutely.
Go Cats!
Go Cats.